Thanks for the incredible response to the first episode of this new series. I'm really glad that it achieved the feeling I was going for. Picking up a game magazine and learning about a bunch of cool games you had never heard of before. As a quick update, Deficit now has a demo available during Steam Next Fest, so go give that a look if you were interested after the last episode. Now, on to the games. Last year, Piranha Bytes, the studio behind cult classics such as Gothic, Risen, and Elix, was shut down by Embracer Group. Following the release of Elix 2, the studio was seeking a new publisher for its projects, but unfortunately never found one and shut their doors. Following the closure, a group of former Piranha Bytes devs formed a new studio called Brainlag Games, based out of Germany, and had been working on their first project called Rootbound, a physics-based action-adventure game that pulls clear inspiration from Zelda, but also Piranha Bytes' past works. Physics-based puzzles and combat, a sentient backpack that doesn't speak to you, but tosses items out to you as you need them, or maybe it won't, as the developers indicate that it has a mood of its own. Enemies can even figure out it's sentient and attack the backpack instead of you. There's also the Blight Rain to worry about, which sounds a lot like the rain you don't want to encounter in Death Stranding. Quite ambitious for a studio's first project, I would say, and also exactly what I'd expect from the folks at Piranha Bytes. I mean Brainlag Games. Rootbound is currently due out in 2026 on PC. Summerhill is the next game from Land & Sea, a small independent studio based in the United Kingdom. You may know of their previous work, Alto's Adventure and Alto's Odyssey, which were two very well-received mobile games that also got PC ports last year. Their next title puts you in the role of a young shepherd and their dog as they adventure across a beautiful, mysterious world to rescue their lost flock. Summerhill will include all the usual trappings of these types of games with puzzles, mysteries to solve, and great music brought to you by Todd Baker, the composer behind Monument Valley. I've had my eye on this one since its announcement back in 2023 based on the visuals alone. Land & Sea has been pretty quiet about the game since, so I'm expecting we're pretty close to getting some long-awaited updates. Currently, Summerhill is only listed for Steam, but I wouldn't be surprised if this comes to consoles as well. Feels like Game Pass will be a perfect fit, if you ask me. I'm just hoping there's no heart-wrenching moment with the dog in this one. You can make me upset in other ways, you know? Changing gears a little bit, haha, get it? Fumes is the debut project from, get this, Fumes Team, a small 4-person crew based out of Poland. It's a fast-paced car combat game that instantly reminds me of Vigilante 8, but with a procedurally generated open world where you race around, completing a bunch of different objectives like fighting waves of enemies, delivering packages, taking part in race challenges, and taking on bosses described by the devs as massive monstrosities on wheels. Look at this thing. Completing objectives earns you scrap, which allows you to unlock new vehicles and customize their look, weapons, and parts that make them go vroom. The game just looks like a good time, and there's a roadmap already posted on a Steam page to show all the different things that developers want to bring to the game if they get the support they need, which includes a proper story mode, something that I'm more than curious about. A demo is available now on Steam, with a planned early access release on July 28, 2025 for PC. Co-op extraction horror games have been all the rage on Steam lately. Phasmophobia, Lethal Company, Repo, Demonologists, the list is kinda endless. And while they're a lot of fun, they tend to have similar aesthetics. I quite enjoy the genre though, and that's why I'm highlighting Whisper Mountain Outbreak today. It's a cooperative escape room meets survival horror game with a unique isometric view and art style. Whisper Mountain Outbreak's gameplay loop involves players contending with hordes of increasingly difficult enemies as you work together to manage resources, solve puzzles, find keys, and unlock doors to the next area as you race to escape the level. It utilizes pretty much all the mechanics players love about the genre, including resource sharing, proximity chat, and class-based gameplay. As you progress through the game, you'll unlock new skills on more difficult missions. Just make sure you don't fail, as you'll leave behind the resources you accumulated during the run. The art style and focus on puzzle solving in particular are what drew my attention to this one. I'm really enjoying the recent wave of cooperative games that tie a lot of different genres and mechanics together to create unique experiences that aren't just shooting things all the time. Whisper Mountain Outbreak is being developed by Toj Productions based out of Indonesia, and will be available in Steam Early Access on August 11, 2025. There's a demo on Steam now if you'd like to give the game a test. The survival adventure genre has been slowly growing on me over the last year or so. I loved V Rising last year. Core Keeper is a game I'm looking forward to checking out, I'm eagerly awaiting the full release of Enshrouded. I'll almost certainly be playing Dune Awakening by the time this video is out. And now, I've added Romestead to that quickly growing list. Romestead is the first game from a newly formed studio called Bytes, based out of Sweden. The game is set in a world where an apocalyptic event has destroyed Rome and its citizens have been turned into walking husks that swarm at night. You can survive in this world by yourself or with up to 8 players. Romestead is quite ambitious for a first project, combining town building, survival crafting, RPG systems, and a vast open world to explore where you loot, fight hidden bosses, and take on challenging dungeons. You also need to choose which gods to align yourself with, which unlock different buffs and technology paths as you progress. Bytes is developing an entirely new retro game engine alongside Romestead as they're looking to innovate in the retro pixel art style. It's also the first published game from the recently announced 3 friends, which is kind of funny, because there are actually 4 founders. I wonder which one isn't a friend. Romestead doesn't have a release date just yet, but you can sign up for an upcoming playtest of the game on Steam. Thanks for watching this week's episode of, I guess we might be calling this Wishlist. Seems like that gets the point across, but if you have a better idea, throw it in the comments.